What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Early midlife crisis, you know, after college. Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father, Amazon Kindle Create Space. This is part two. So now, those college years technically are over. Some people go to grad school. But here's where the shit kicks in. Them damn student loans. Here's where it kicks in. You know, now you're not competing to amongst your peers. You're not working necessarily with your peers to get ahead. Not it's everybody. Everybody. It's you against the world. Now you're dealing with another different crisis. Because, college was preparing you for being around all these people from 18 to 100. Because you have to compete with them. But now you literally are competing with these people. Now you're a threat to everybody. Now, some people want to see you succeed. Most people want to see you fail. And most people are indifferent because they're too busy trying to handle their damn business. To worry about you, to even know you exist. So now you got to make your mark on this world. You got to put everything you learned in a practical application now completely as an adult. Whether you learned it in college, whether you learned it in the military, whether you learned it in trade school, whether you learned it working. And if you was at home, oh, you gonna be fucked. So now, college loans kick in. And some of y'all feel like, God damn, what happened? One of the coldest speeches I ever heard, a guy says, I graduated today. And I want to say it's either $120,000 or $240,000 because he graduated from Tulane, and he didn't know what to do. That was my first early lesson in college. My first fucking week. It's like, you know what? I ain't playing that shit. I'm not gonna have all these motherfucking student loans. Some people don't learn that lesson. Some people graduate 40, 50, 60, 100, 200,000 in debt for that piece of paper. Some people go in the military, get shot, get wounded, get maimed, become veterans, come back with PTSD. You went from being a kid to being an adult real fast. Warp speed sometimes. Sometimes it's a situation. Just change it. Like I said, the young business owners might have failed a few times because guess what? These older business owners don't want to see you succeed. They sabotage you. Now you got to work another job to get some money back in your pocket to reinvest in your business, right? You might need you have to weed out who can actually be a mentor and who can't. Some of you people, some of you young ladies, you've been using your feminine wiles to get ahead because you did it in college when you was flirting with teachers. Now you flirting to get ahead in the job. You got these guys out here who figure they can slick talk, they manipulate it so they can manipulate teachers and manipulate people to get ahead on jobs. Here's the problem with that though. Light company don't want to hear that shit. Your stomach don't want to hear it when it's time to get groceries. When the rent due, you can only talk so many times. So now you're in another crisis. Early midlife crisis, because now you passed that age where you wanted those dreams to come true. Now you are fully responsible for making them come true. And some of us didn't have a clue on how to make them come true. We were just doing shit. We just trying shit. Some things work, some things don't. Some things work for other people that just don't work for you. Some people crack up. Because some people have families at this particular point, like the ones that had kids early in them college years. You see them either being super responsible or just being fuck ups because they still trying to be kids. And what are you? You looking around, you seeing successes because you watching TV, and there are people your age and younger who are millionaires, and you looking at yourself like, I want that American dream. Only problem is you don't know the first thing to do to get it. I want to be an actor. I want to be a singer. I want to be, you know, I do anything, anything. You got to watch that. You know, some people were too entitled to work. You gonna start from the bottom? Could you intern? Intern? I'm not. That's where you fuck up. Some of y'all learned it early in them early colleges, and y'all become interns. And by the time you graduate, you have a job, and everybody, while your friends who graduated with you, are looking for a job because you wasn't while they was on spring break. You was on spring break, but you was interning. While in summer, you was on summer break, but you was summer break working for a company that you could probably work your way up to. So now you're putting this in a practical application. Now you're seeing the friends as adults start living different lifestyles. You got the people fronting, you know, who want to look impressive and they drowning in debt. You got the people who actually getting it out here, but can you keep up with their work ethic? Or are they getting it in a moral or immoral way? Not saying legal or illegal, but moral or immoral, because that catches up. You start to see the work that was put in from 18 to 22, 24, and you start to see the fruits of that labor. You start to see it in your own life. You start to see it in the people around your lives. You know, sometimes the people that had all the things, stars lined up for them, some of those, they went even further. Some of those people blew it because their heads got too big. And some of them, they hit a wall because they met people who were hungrier than them and took it from them. So where you going to fit in? You can see this is where the crisis comes. Again, it's a lot of crises, I'm telling you. It's an early midlife crisis, because everybody ain't prepared for it. Your family only told you about it. A lot of y'all didn't listen. A lot of us didn't listen. Because at this particular point, you're either going to be worse than your parents was, you're going to be exactly like your parents, or you're going to be better than your parents. It's all your choice. You might be having kids, you're having these relationships, and now you're dealing with people who are chasing their dreams. And some people's dreams are to find somebody who's chasing their dreams and leech off of them. Some people's dreams is to help other people. Some people are burnt out from just trying to be an adult because it was too much for them to handle. Some people are just getting into their groove. Some people, moment has come and gone, and they trying to get it back. Some people bet the house on it and won. Some people bet the house on it and lost big. You're starting to see the delayed gratification work for some people. You're starting to see the delayed gratification still, the gratification of that still elude some people, even yourself. You're starting to have these issues where maybe you think you should be further along than you are. Maybe you exceeded where you thought you would be. Maybe you are further behind than you thought. Everything starts to come to a head. You're starting to question your decision making, not just your decision making, but your motives for the decisions you made. This is where you really hit a crossroads. I would say from 22 to 28, maybe 22 to 30, depends. Because this is that spot where even though you may have inherited problems from your family and from your childhood, your successes and failures at this particular point are all on you and how you conduct yourself. Are you going to strive, survive, or die? Some people have a problem with those things. Some people have their breaks. You have a lot of, you have people who get depressed and are broken, and they're young and you don't know why. It's because this ain't what they thought it was going to be. Their life ain't what they thought it was going to be. Their path is not where they thought it was going to be. They don't know how to get it together. I remember in my colleges, I wound up being homeless near the end. I remember as a young adult having a shitty apartment with just a bedroom set. And there were people who were cool with me and people that made fun of me. I remember those things. I remember having a shitty car, I remember working a job that I didn't like, pursuing my dreams, hoping that they would come true and I wouldn't live this lifestyle. I remember meeting people who were living their dreams that were around my age. And some people, you might become a hater. Me personally, I thought it was kind of cool and inspiring because I was like, if they could do it, I could do it. I mean, we here at the same place at the same time. We talk to each other. They're a real person. I'm a real person. Okay, I'll figure it out. Other people become haters and jealous of people and want to hurt people because they can't see themselves making it. You got this is when you choose to be a help of a person or a herder of a person, because around these years, like after college, this is when you find out, even with dealing with people and dealing with relationships, people could use you or misuse you for their own benefit. This is when people make immoral, unethical decisions and think that, if it's a means to an end, and maybe one day if they win, they could fix it. Not knowing really the irreparable damage that they might have created. This is when some people come into your life and they become a blessing to your life. They bring favor to your life. And this is when people see you because they've been you. And they can tell you if you're going in the right direction or if you're not. This is when you're at odds with your own fantasies and realities about life, about love, about dreams, about success, about are you who you thought you would be? Do you like who you are? This is where a lot of shit comes into play. And it's a crisis. Because you're managing all this when some of y'all are parents. And you're managing all this and you're starting to realize why your parents were the way they were. And you're starting to have empathy for people, and you're starting to have sympathy for people. And then you're starting to let certain people off the hook because if you could do it, they could do it. There's a big duality in this. There's a big id, ego, super ego situation that goes on around this time, is because how you succeed or fail during this part of your early midlife crisis, You judge the people who raised you. Because now you can have some type of situational basis for seeing what they were feeling and what they were going through, because you're going through it too. So everything is in flux again. Peace.